All right. I'm sorry for cutting that video off pretty short. I had to go check and make sure EJ was okay in bed. Let's go ahead. Hopefully by now you've finished with page 88 and you are ready to move on. Oh, those are not the right pages I'm looking for. We're going to go to page 89. All right. And 89, if I'm not mistaken, is right here. All right, so 89. That might be too zoomed in. All right, I'll zoom in one, and I'm hoping that just by, since this is zoomed in on my screen, and I'm recording on my screen, that you guys can see it okay. Alrighty. So, as we can see with this one, all right, there's not a lot of instructions, which is why I'm going to do a lot of the teaching on this page, all right, just so that we can kind of understand what exactly we're doing, all right, and I'm hoping that it's not too stressful for you. So, this first one, all right, it wants us to use yarn or string. Obviously, guys, we're not going to use yarn and string. We're just going to use our pencils and we're going to draw it. All right? And it wants us to divide it into 2 equal parts. So, we're going to take a line. We're going to divide this right in half. Remember, this carton is 12 eggs, right? It holds 12 eggs. And so we're able to divide this up into 6 and 6, right? Because that's what 12 is divided by 2. And the second way that we can do this then is right up and down. All right? And that's really it. So name of each part, we don't really need to do that, guys. I'm not concerned with that part, but I really do want to look at the number of eggs. And so if we look at the number of eggs that can be held in each of these, all right, and I'm going to zoom in for this one just so I can draw it a little bit more exact with what I'm wanting here. If I was to make my eggs, let's just make them like yellow, all right? So 1 egg, 2 egg, 3 egg, 4 egg, 5 egg, 6 egg. And hopefully what you're seeing there is that half of the carton is now full, right? Because I've split it in half, and now I've filled up that half. And so when we go over here to the number of eggs, guys, all that you're going to need to put in this box is 6, right? Because that's how many eggs that it took to fill up half of this carton, all right? Let's jump down to this next one here, all right? And we're going to divide this one in 3 parts, and this one is not as stressful as it looks, all right? 1 and 2 right there. And what this does is it breaks it 1, 2, and 3. All right, so we have 3 equal parts. Now the next one, all right, for 3 equal parts. We can do this really a couple of ways, right? We could do it to where we could split it like this, and then we could split it like this. All right, make kind of like a T. And you guys might look at me like, Mr. Kirby, how is that equal? Well, I'll tell you. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it's the same right here, guys. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so that's split into 3 equal parts. And each side is going to have 4. Now, if we go on to 4 equal parts, all right, this one here, it's going to be a little bit more of like curved lines, all right? So nothing really to stress, but for the first one, oops, let me use a straight line for that. For the first one, all right, we're going to start right here in the middle, and then we're going to cut a T all the way across, okay? And if you guys notice there, that's still 4 equal sections, all right? Each section has 3, so nothing too crazy yet, all right? Now we're going to get into this other one. And what we're going to do is we're just going to make like a bunch of L's. All right. And we're going to circle those, and then we're going to fill it in so that you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. All right. And I'm hoping that you're seeing just a bunch of L's kind of like stacked on top of each other. So I'm going to use the color green. All right. And the reason that this works, guys, is because in each of these cartons, right, there's 3 eggs. And we can see that in this one, and this one, and then in that one. All right. Same over here. So for 4 equal parts, we're going to have 3 eggs. All right. And we're not going to do anything fancy here. All right. We got to divide it into 6 parts. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do this. And 6. All right. Not too shabby. Cool. Not too shabby. And then, ooh, that's janky right there. That line's not going to work for me. All right. I'm going to draw it right here. All right. Notice I've got it in 6 and 6 now. And check it out. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. And it's in 6 equal parts. So if we look at both of these, all right, we're going to notice that right away each number of eggs is 2. All right. And then for the last one, guys, for 12 equal parts, all that we're going to do here is we're just going to make sure that all of those eggs essentially have their own little home. All right. And when we come over here, it's going to be 1 just because each section only has 1 egg in it. All right. If we have 12 boxes. So that page isn't too crazy. You guys are probably going to turn the page over to page number 90 and you're going to be like, Mr. Kirby, what is this? Don't worry about doing this page yet. All right. I drew some examples up here for you to look at just in case you needed some. I'm not going to explain them too heavily just because once I get back to school, we'll go over this page more in depth. All right. So don't worry about page number 90. Jump over to page number 91, please. And for page number 91, all right, so in the boxes below, list the fractions that you just modeled from least to greatest. Guys, that's talking about this page right here, all right? So on page number 89, what we just did, all right, is we made models, and what we've done with this, all right, is we've split things into equal parts, okay? And along with that, guys, we've made fractions, right? Because remember, when we're cutting stuff up, it's just a fraction. It's just a fraction. It's nothing too bad. So if we go back to 89 and we look at that, check this out. So the ones least to greatest. All right, so remember least, that's the smallest. Well, guys, the biggest number on the bottom is the smallest. And so it's going to be really nice for us to just go ahead and throw 1/12. After that, I'm hoping that you guys recognized it was 1/6. Then we went to 1/4, 1/3, and then 1/2. Don't worry about the other 3 boxes, all right? I'm not concerned with those. They wanted us to do a few more things, but this is what I want us to get right now. All right, 1/12, 1/6, 1/4, 1/3, and 1/2. And what I want you to do now, all right, on number 2, it says find a partner to work with. We are not going to work in partners, all right? Right now, I want you to do this individually. And so for each for each pair of fractions below, it wants you to think about which one's larger and why. You can see the egg cartons to model and compare the fractions, but try to see if you can picture them in your head and reason about which one must be larger. I'll do the first one for you guys. So right away, all right, I noticed that this is 1/3. All right, so that tells me that I'm going to have 3 equal groups. So 1, 2, and then 3. All right, and then this one is 3/12. So guys, we're going to split this up into our 12 equal groups, okay? And so we got our 12 equal groups there, and we have our 3 equal groups, all right? Let's go to orange. And here's what we're going to do, all right? I'm going to fill up 1/3 of these squares. I'm going to fill up 3/12 of them. All right. So I have 3 of 12 colored in, and then guys, I have 1/3 of the squares colored in. Which one's bigger? Which one has more eggs in it? Right? I'm hoping that you guys notice that it's 3/12. Or not 3/12. Wow. I'm hoping that you notice that it is 1/3. Sorry about that, guys. All right, you're going to draw your greater than symbol right there over to the 1/3. All right. So, guys, that's how this page works. Really make sure that you use the egg cartons. All right. I really want to see these filled in. Okay. I don't want you to just willy-nilly do it in your head and hope for the best. All right, I want to see your practice. I want to see what you're doing. I care about it. All right, it matters a lot, and I really want to see your hard work on this. Okay, and so that's page number 91. So you guys are going to go ahead and finish that at this point. Does not look like there's a number 92, and so we're going to go backwards because the 92 is on this side. All right. So if we get to this point, guys, we are cooking, all right? We are absolutely spicing it up here, and we're doing a great job. I'm proud of you guys for getting to this point. Keep working hard for me, all right? So what we're going to do now, all right, is we're going to build our fractions with our sketch models. So if we look over here at the example, all right, it says 1/3, and it split the egg carton up into thirds. And so I know that this is might be getting old. All right, I get it. But by practicing it over and over and over again, you guys are going to be masters. All right, so I split A into 4 sections, just like it told me to do. And I'm going to fill in 1/4. And guys, that's it. That's it. That's all you got to do. All right. So follow these. Do what you guys need to do, but just remember, all right, whatever this bottom number is, whatever the denominator is, that's how many sections you're going to have. All right. So right here it was 1/3. So I have 3 sections. 1, 2, 3. 1/4. So I have 4 sections. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So keep that in mind, all right? Don't make this harder than it has to be. One of these little guys right here that's kind of cool, all right? Number 2, I really like this question a lot because it's going to have you start to make some observations of stuff. And what number 2 is, all right, it's going to have you observe I versus D. All right. And you're going to look at how these guys kind of compare to each other. All right. What observations can you make? How many eggs do both of them have? All right. Think about it like that. So which is more, 1/4 of a dozen or 1/3 of a dozen? Don't forget, guys, that dozen just means 12. All right. For this question, you're going to rely on the example for 1/3, and you're also going to rely on A for 1/4. Okay. So you're going to defend your answer right here. All right. Next page. we're gonna keep this thing moving because as you can see, Mr. Kirby's iPad just hit 5%. And I really need to get EJ to sleep. He is partying. It was hard keeping him entertained with the Bears and Panthers game because both those teams are just so bad right now. So we ended up wrestling quite a bit, and he just got really hyped up. And so when it was bath time and stuff, he was like, "No, I don't want to go to bed." But as you guys know, it's 10:30, right? Babies need to go to bed. And so that's what we're working towards. So we're going to keep on moving, just so that I can go and make sure he gets to sleep. And, with these videos, I'm hoping that you just replay them as many times as you need to. All right? As many times as you need to. And, just use them. All right? Use them for what you have to use them for. Cool. So, page number 93. All right, equivalent fractions. All right. So, to this point, all right, we have now done page 87. We've done 88. We've done, hold up. Awkward. We've done 89. We have busted out and not really worked out or talked out page 90, but you guys can see the examples there. We've worked on page number 91. Let me go back to this page, and we've done page number 92. All right. So when we jump over here to page number 93, in each problem below, there are 2, 3, or even 4 identical pictures. Label each of these with a different fraction name. And it says draw in yarn lines. All that means, guys, is pencil lines. All right, don't worry about yarn. You do not need yarn. In all problems, 1 egg carton is always worth 1. All right, that's important here. So, guys, let's jump into this just like real quick. I'm going to do the first couple for you guys, just so you can kind of see what it's talking about. All right. So I'm going to kind of just follow suit with what I'm seeing up here. Okay. I see that 2 eggs are filled in, so I'm going to draw a line right underneath that. And I'm just going to make boxes of 2. All right. So I'm going to make sections of 2. And so in hindsight, what I've done is I've made 6 individual squares. All right. And what I have there now, all right, what I have there is I have 1/6 because only 1 section is completed out of the 6. For this next one, I'm going to think about, okay, well, it's really difficult for me to make 1/8 or something like that. But when we refer back to, let me go to it here. This page. When we refer back to this page, guys, look. All right. These are the equations that I'm talking about. All right. 12ths, 6th, 4th, thirds, halves. That's what we're working with here. All right. And so I have to think, all right, how can I split up this box in multiple ways? Well, the first thing I think too is, okay, well, it's always easiest to just make them their own individual, right? It works. And it's what I'm going to do. And 2 out of the 12 are filled up. All right. Nothing too bad. Nothing too crazy. Okay. Next. Let's go. We're going to split these guys like this. Check it out. Would you guys agree that those are in Also, 1 section, 2 section, 3 section, 4 section, 5 section, 6 sections. And if we look, 1, 2, 3, 4 sections are filled up. Check it out. Check it out. Pretty crazy. My next one, guys, I'm going to notice that I'm going to split this up into thirds. Or sorry, not thirds. I just drew fourths and a mix of thirds. That's embarrassing. We're going to actually split this up into thirds so you guys can see it's 3 equal sections. All right. And guys, look, 2 of the sections are filled out. All right. 2/3. So what else can we do, Mr. Kirby? What else can we do? Well, guys, let's go back to Old Faithful. All right. Let's split this thing right here up into 12. Let's split it up into 12. And I'm hoping that when you guys do that, you can count there's 8 eggs in 12. All right, guys. So I leave you to do the rest of page number 93. All right. If you can get to page number 94, that is fantastic. All right. You have killed it today. Deserve a pat on the back. I'm proud of you. You're awesome. At this point, hop on Dreambox. All right. Even if you have your 5 lessons. I'll see you guys on Monday.